Hello everyone and welcome back to the Crypto Moses channel. I'm making this video because I get a lot of questions asking what is my favorite exchange and why. Well, right now my favorite exchange has been Margex, and the reason why is because of ease of use on the platform. I freaking love the platform. I don't love the app. I'm still getting used to it even though I've been trading on the platform for roughly a year now. But the reason I like the platform so much is because it's such an easy system to use, and it's so simple to understand exactly my position, how much I have open. It's so easy to switch between cross and isolated leverage. Now let me talk about that real quick. A lot of people have asked what isolated leverage is let's say, so this is one of the small accounts I've got here, and let's look at here. I've got 428. Let's say I was to make a position open here. Let's say I was to open a short right now here. If I was to do something like that, what it would do is I could have it isolated. If it's isolated and my position is, okay, let me show you guys how to do it. Let's do 100x, okay, and let's make the position $10,000. So for me to make the position $10,000 on 100x, all it's going to cost me is $100 of what I have here in my position. Okay, now let's say I was to make this trade, right? Let's actually do it with you guys. This is not a smart trade. I could easily lose roughly 60% of that $100 if I open it this way. So let's take the risk. I really like to do it limit orders. Here's the biggest difference. If you do a limit order over a, all right, look, so the position is now open. Well, it's an active order. The position itself is not open because I used a limit order, not a market order. And let me turn this off. Let me mute this, boys. Okay, as a limit order, what it allows you to do is I have opened a spot within the order books saying, look, when it gets to 66178, open the position, which it did. So now the position is open here. So my position's been eaten, but I've paid less in fees only because I did it as a limit order. If I did it as a market order, I would have paid more in fees. It doesn't matter what the price will move to, it would just get me in the position right away. I also did it as an isolated leverage. What it means by an isolated leverage is right now, if I get liquidated on this position, all I lose out of it is $100. And if you guys could see up here, we had 428. Now we have 328, which is because this 100 is locked up in this position. Now my next step is to add a take profit and a stop loss. I always try to do the stop loss right above the last high points. And because it says 0.33%, I'm estimating that we're going to roughly lose 50% of our $100 that we put into here. So if I do that, what is the price? According to this, it's 66397. So if I want to take it to 66397, see, I overestimated with the 50%. It's roughly only 41%. I only say the 50 though because it doesn't necessarily account for the fees, right? So now that is my stop loss. If it hits here, the position will close. Now my take profit, I'm going to take a profit here roughly at 65430. It just looks like a solid point as we've been there before. I'm going to expect it to come back and hit here only because I'm currently in a bearish sentiment for this, which is why I'm willing to take this small little shot. Let's go up to the 6.5. Where is that bad boy? I'm estimating 6.54, yep, 6.549 is what I'm going to shoot for here. And once I get there, we're looking at a roughly 100% gain, right? Because it's a 1% movement. And when I'm 100x leverage, let's do the math, boys. If it's at a 1% movement and I'm 100x leverage, that would mean I'm going to gain 100% of it. So if it does this move here, my winnings would be roughly $100, right? And if it takes this stop loss, my loss is roughly going to be $40 after fees, roughly $50. I also like it this way because I've only used limit orders from start to finish. This is also important because it keeps my fees a lot lower. I hope this is making sense, and if you guys have any questions, do not be afraid to email me. I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys to have the opportunity to always be making money in the market. That's why I do this, and the more people's lives I can change, the more worth it this game is for me. I've already changed my life, but like, how do I help others? And that's true fulfillment. But let's figure out this exchange and keep walking you guys through it. Now, let's say I had done this not as isolated but as cross leverage. If I had done this under cross leverage, then the entire balance would be up for liquidation. Now, let's say I did not have a stop loss and I just let it run, then right now, if it had passed the liquidity point, which is this number here, so if it gets to this liquidity number, if it gets past 66787, so if it got past here, which is roughly 1%, yep, because of the fees, that's how you would lose 100% of the money, right? That's in the bet here, which is only $100 because it is isolated leverage. Now, let's say we had done cross leverage. If we had done cross leverage, then we would have the capability to lose the entire balance, and our running, like, how do I word it? Our stop loss that we didn't put, but it would be like our liquidation point, would be roughly 68, 69K. And I'm just guessing on that number because I'm just making a quick math in my head on the full balance. But if I had opened this as a cross leverage, then the liquidation point would be a lot higher due to the fact that I have an extra 328 available for the exchange to basically eat those funds to protect itself. Now, if we're going to do some half-ass shitty math, 100 plus a 328 is 428. So technically, I can assume it would be a 4%. Yeah, so we would have, basically our stop loss would be here at around 69,000. And it's just a quick estimation. I hope this makes sense to you guys. In isolated leverage, the money that we lose exactly what we put up for the bet, which makes our liquidation points a lot smaller. Now, if we do cross margin, our liquidation point is a lot higher because it's using the entire balance as kind of its defense for the trade going wrong. I do not love cross margin unless I have big plans or a big long-term strategy for the token I'm trading or the crypto. Now, I always love isolated margin because my risk is taken very, very calculated. I know what my stop loss is. I know what my exit is for the take profit. It makes it a little bit simpler this way. Sometimes I don't even put a take profit. I just kind of let them run and I watch them. But I will always have a stop loss when I'm trading with leverage unless I'm okay to get liquidated, because that is the stop loss. But as we saw today's TA, the market sentiment looks fairly bearish for Bitcoin, and it looks bearish because we've got a bearish channel going down. We also have a stop here, which now turned into resistance. So I do not personally believe it's going to break through here again. It could, and if it does, we're protected because our stop loss will jump us out of the trade, and we'll watch what happens. And you want to know something, you guys? Sometimes the market breaks through, will eat your stop loss, and then just go back down, which happens. But again, you're trading. This is how the game works. Do not be chasing those trades. You're better off taking the risk, watching it play out, see what happens, and then setting yourself up for the next right play. Okay? Let's watch this for the rest of the day. I'll see what's happening. I'll keep making videos like this to hopefully make it easier for you guys to trade on these exchanges. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget, I do have my Margex link below. I would really appreciate it. I love the affiliate system they've got going on. Do not hesitate to ask questions. I want to make it as easy for you guys to be able to use leverage to make $100, $200, $300 a day. And it is doable. When I'm fully leverage trading, I can make $500 a day from an account with only $300 in it. Because you do not need much volatility to make a lot of money. And in the crypto market, as long as you are following the trend with your leverage positions, you have the capability to genuinely make $500 a day, right? Very, very simply. I've seen many people do it. I've done it hundreds of times, especially if you're focused and you're just trading. It's extremely simple. You could easily replace your 9-to-5 job especially if you're not an emotional trader, right? So make sure you're very smart about doing it that way. I hope this video helped you guys. Please do not be afraid to ask questions of what you're still not sure of, what you don't understand, and I'll make more guides like this on these exchanges in hopes to help you guys make more money. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to get more videos like this.